Lissandra into Akali, yes, absolutely. But it's Sandbox, so who cares? They don't. They obviously not too bothered.
I think they actually they had a card over the other side of the screen. They didn't actually see what champions their opponents were locking in. No. They were just locking in the champions they wanted.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Project Vi elected for here on Croco's side. I don't know whether you can take your sunglasses off. Over to the Grumpers. Okay, Fate's going to dash on forward. There's the flash out from Closer. A whole bunch of buttons go awry, but still, flash for flash, and you'll take that if it's the mid laner that's giving it up in comparison to the jungler. So nice work from Ellen. As soon as you get a couple of items under your belt, the burst damage can be ridiculous. Okay, here's the return gank. Nice little stun there as Ulti comes through. Closer taking a few autos. There's a perfect execution. Oh, he comes back with the backflip. Unbelievable. And now LM's having to fight Croco. The denting blows stacking up. Hoyt will come on over here. And of course, Sandbox are just fighting forever. That's obviously what they're going to do. But Closer gets a double kill.
Wait, because
that's real stuff, as they would say.
It really is. Oh, because when this play starts as well, like he doesn't actually have his shroud. So you're like, okay, well, unbelievable.
Okay.
I want to hear the communication of like, just keep fighting him.
That's okay.
The setup is really, really strong as Orpa ends.
Yep, Tidal Wave comes in immediately. The cleanse is going to come down, making sure that bubble doesn't come in. Nice defensive hostile takeover there from Kayle. As I believe Ellen wasn't spotted, as Croco's going to come in. There's the Assault and Battery. Moonlight Vigil comes down. That is a very dead Mermaid. Hoyt's going to take a little while to die as Croco wanted to give the kill to Prince, but he doesn't wait that long, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a Croco move. Poking his head in. There's another Tidal Wave as Kyle's going to flash the bubble. Prison not going to land. Moonlight Vigil coming down here. 2 versus 3 for Live Sandbox. Hostile takeover comes in. Lands onto a couple. Hoyt seems to be the target here. As Prince looking for some options. Croco wrapping around. And this turret is on its last legs, remember. LM has spotted out the Vi. They do know what's going on.
Closer.
But can they avoid it as the Akali will come in? Okay, Teleport has to come forward here. Can it be a save from this Lissandra? LM starting off the fight maybe a little bit early, and by maybe, I mean definitely a little bit early. Perfect execution coming in here from Closer. But he just had that button ready. Wasn't going to be able to actually get any kills just yet, as Live Sandbox will at least claim a first turret.
To the club. And then once Closer's there, bad news.
Prince is going to get bailed out, but it's not going to work. Teddy picks up a double now as Croco just diving in 1 versus 4. That's Croco. That is definitely some Live Sandbox stuff going on here. They lose 3 after we were singing their praises. And Dove, he will be able to take this turret, but that means that this Drake stacking. Yeah.
So not ideal itemization. So why not start Baron at 20 minutes?
Look at the guns. Look at the guns. Absolutely fantastic. Dove just getting all of the vision down that he'd require as Croco just diving on forward. A whole bunch of buttons flying into the abyss. As Live Sandbox are going to pick up a couple more autos from the Baron, but will otherwise back away. His loyalty program certainly does have good meaning here for Live Sandbox.
Still, no Moonlight Vigil and no ultimate for KL, so they
Closer on the flank.
Don't have a lot of power in that regard.
Yeah, have to be a bit careful here as Kayn puts down the mist. Croco throws in the Assault and Battery. Closer still biding his time. Backflip not going to connect the Shuriken as Kayn in the Thunderdome is just going to get taken out by the first round of the perfect execution. Ulti comes through, but Closer is immediately just going to get out of the CC. Merctret's too powerful. Perfect execution, not going to be able to lock down anyone else, but Kayn just sort of walked in and died, and Live Sandbox do get their soul point. Now with his, see what that's going to turn into, knowing Dove, Gargoyle's Stone Plate is probably it. For anybody else, it would be GA, as now Croco is just going to find the Nami. And if you want to pick, that is certainly an option here. Tidal Wave not going to be enough to save her, but Croco in trouble. He's going to get taken down. Heartbreaker to try to get this Viego to relative safety. As Closer not going to overextend once again. I really enjoyed how Closer has made sure that he's limited the amount of bloodthirstiness to come through from his Akali. So 1-for-1 trade, but Croco's the jungler. that makes securing this dragon quite difficult.
Oh, it's fine. They're just going to fight.
Yeah, that's understandable. As Dove rotating over, and no vision really outside of behind the pit here, as there is just one person at least to bodyguard every single time. Here's Fate on the flank, trying to get himself in, does manage to ult himself. Prince, extraordinarily low, but will survive. Golden goes Fate, and now Dove just trying to keep them in position. Wants to get that Gnabar, but he has to go Golden first. Kane's going down extraordinarily low. Closer picks up the kill on the Lucian. A lot of the damage now mitigated. It's a double kill in that backline now as Prince wrapping around. Croco will find his way back. The Vault Break is going to come through, and he's like, well, may as well pick up the Drake. Here we go. 4,000 gold now, the lead for Liv Sandbox, and they've got themselves the Hextech Soul as well as Closer. Oh, man, that was close.
He doesn't
close to rounding the corner.
They do so expertly. The fact that Prince lives there is a
Yes.
little bit lucky. A little bit. Just a little bit, and probably would have been much worse otherwise. The Sandbox, they're pushing it.
Yeah, Dove is going to get a gnaw onto Elm into the wall as there's the Assault and Battery. Elm goes Golden. Fate just waiting in the brush, looking for his moment, but there is the kill. The bailout came down as well as now Fate is just dead. Kane still with a fair bit of damage here, but Closer finds the back line. He's going to go Golden as well as Teddy was stunned up. The backflip so easy here for this man. Here's Akali's absurd Chronicler. What the heck is this?
No, he wouldn't. Okay.
No, he's not going to find that backflip. He's also at a third health in comparison to a full health Gwen. He would have gone in. We managed to at least scry the pit.
Calibrum Baron.
Yeah.
I love that. Look at Dove.
Look at Dove. Just solo zoning here. As Kane's running with scissors, that's dangerous, but for who? Ladies and gentlemen, he's just going to get taken down. Hostile takeover will fly through, but it's more about, oh my goodness, Closer gets into that backline, flashes after Teddy. Teddy trying to kite it, but 5-point strike comes in. He gets bailed out as well. Renata is broken on Liv Sandbox, dude. I just can't believe it. There is the ace. They picked up the Baron, and this will be game for Liv Sandbox in game 1.
And when we put our question marks to Renata and Akali, we forgot one crucial thing, Atlas. It's Liv Sandbox.
Yeah.
They'll make it work.
Oh my goodness, just absurd. And yeah, bailout definitely does work that way. It doesn't work on turrets, but he had a GA, so I guess it just gives them some more tanking time as the Nexus will be taken down.
And I got a feel for Teddy especially. I think Fate actually also didn't have a bad game at all. Like, he took that one unfortunate fight, but it just felt like overall Liv Sandbox. Overall, Liv Sandbox comp, now that we can take a look at it, it's a Sandbox comp. It's short range, it's very aggressive. There is a couple of great opportunities in terms of picks and in terms of setup that you have, but it is very execution based. Kwangdong comp, a lot of kite back, incredible 1-4 if you can get the Fiora ahead, and then you have a kite back with a Taliyah, Senna, Kant, Trundle, basically impossible to engage on, which Liv Sandbox is going to be 100% forced to do.
Oh dear, a little bit of face check as Kwangdong Freaks just going to lick them. Throw out that Piercing Darkness as Kane.
And then turning that Vision lead into a very aggressive play. Now, we do see Croco moving up here. Alum is getting a little bit low. We'll get the smite crucially. And I think Croco still has to go and...
Dove's going to rotate down. He's got Mega Gnaw, but not going to get there in time. Is Closer getting some chain lashes here as Fate's in trouble. Seismic Shove going to throw him back towards the Taliyah.
To make sure that Dove was fine. Well, let me tell you, Dove, probably not fine.
Well, we love this as well. It's exactly what Kwangdong Freaks want to be doing here. There's the hop down. Dove's going to get that flash as Elm manages to get out of there. Kane tanks up the turret but gets first blood. And this, so good for Kwangdong Freaks.
Closer does have TP though. And Dove might get towards his Mega Gnaw. Don't know if Kwangdong will really be in time here.
Yeah, timing is still all right as Dove now has that Mega Gnaw in a pretty good position. Kane taking way too much damage as Closer rotating over. Lunge over the wall there, gets Kane to relative safety, but getting the teleport is all they will claim. Kwangdong Freaks moving on over. Shelly will display her eye, but in they go now. There's Moonlight Vigil. A lot of damage from Prince available as Hoyt going to get pushed out. Doesn't get stunned. Three-man play there from Kyle, but Ellen is flashing forward. Red-white, though, I don't think you should necessarily fight Prince. Picks up Calibrum now, so has a lot of extra range and will land that Q. That is 2 kills already. Keen gets one on the back end, but I think that went way better than Liv Sandbox really deserved it to. As now Teddy underneath his turret. He will be okay for the moment. That's a lot of Liv Sandbox members in the area.
This might be an overreach from Sandbox.
Well, in goes the Weaver's Wall. Teddy, Dawning Shadow does come down. Keen moving on forward. That seismic shove was fantastic. A decent attempt there with the Flay. Heroic Charge comes through as well, but there's a lunge and it's a double. 4-0-0 on Keen's Fiora. And that's precisely what Kwangdong wanted. Oh, absolutely.
To get, and then you are forced to try and engage on Senna, Kench, Talia, and Trundle.
Croco is going to find Fate here, but there are 4 people in this area. And yeah, Croco's real dead. He did manage to get an ultimate. That was great. Prince is going to collect himself some plates here on the top side as Croco was just keeping him busy. No. And actually might just be able to take first turret. Yep, there it is. So first turret blood going over to Prince.
And once Prince reaches free items, he's very confident.
He's just going to get devoured. He's just real dead. Sometimes there is a control ward and a pillar and you can't click the lantern. And I think he managed to click it, but I think he was interrupted by the pillar. Fantastic play there from Ellen. And yeah, Teddy's going to get hooked, but the flash has to come through here. Great little knock up. Oh my goodness, the chain CC is glorious. From Kwangdong Freaks, we are getting an idea as to how this 1-4 is supposed to work.
Yeah, I guess.
That is it.
That's enough as
oh, Croco, are you going to do it? Are you going to go for the drive-by?
Well, he's in vision, and Keen's coming over, and they notice.
Ellen is extraordinarily low, as Dove does have a Naba available, and that is going to give him some of his health back. There is Hoyt coming on in, gets a great knock up there onto Dove. Lantern is going to come down, but Croco's not wasting any time. He's just flashing away, but does mean that Dove is now dead. And Kwangdong Freaks, man advantage, and a Baron available. The rest of Liv Sandbox just pushing out this mid-wave. Kwangdong not going to start off the Baron just yet. Possible angle for them. Keen's just going to take this Drake. But if Keen's not there and not actually pushing in that bottom side, there's a possibility they can head towards this Baron as Dawning Shadow gives a bunch of information. Here to Kwangdong as Croco off on the side is going to find the Tahm Kench. The hook is going to come through as well. Drake is secured, but Hoyt is most likely going to die. Oh my goodness, he survives for so long. Oh dear, Dove not going to get hit this time around though, so he's going to be able to limp his way out. Yeah, no one's dead. And Keen has now made his way towards this fight, so Liv Sandbox has sort of lost their window.
Already just going to start Baron.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's Sandbox.
Yeah, don't know whether it's a good idea. They are going to do it. Scry's Bloom going to spot exactly what's going on here.
Oh, they haven't seen Dove. They don't know where he is. Now they do.
Yeah, he does have Mega Gnar available as closer. He's going to wrap around as well. Okay, Weaver's Wall coming on forward. Hook goes wide. Was very close. It's now closer. Does get a lot of damage there onto Teddy. Hoyt has got all of his health back again, though. Is now Dove with a fadeaway boomerang. Does keep them at arm's length. Catches it as well quite nicely. All right, closer finds himself a lot of damage there. Elam actually getting poked out quite a lot. Subjugate has been picked up here. Keeper's Verdict from Croco, and they secure the Baron. Liv Sandbox, will they be able to secure the heist? And the answer is absolutely they will, as Fate's almost dead just from Prince looking at him. Chronicler, I don't understand how they do it, but they are doing it again. Okay, that is a Gnar into the wall. Keen's just dead. All right. Fed Fiora, Chronicler, does it matter?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. Not at all.
I mean, Prince has been, like, it's been a really long time since he's gone back to base. I think, like, they took Baron.
Yeah.
While he had these items.
That's fine. He has the important ones.
Yeah, well, Fate looking for a little bit of a flank angle.
Again!
Oh my goodness, has it happened one more time? Keen does manage to get the riposte, but a Keeper's Verdict is going to break up the fight one more time, and Keen will again fall down. I don't know how they do it, but they just keep doing it. Fate is going to throw a big boulder and then get the heck out of there, as that is soul denied one more time.
Even 1v2ing, especially if you're fed. But we keep team fighting.
I don't know. Closer definitely having a great game here as, yeah, Hoyt and Ellen not really able to do anything here.
No, you're not going to kill Closer. Are you kidding me? He's a monstrously fat Sylas. And yeah, Prince backed, by the way. Good for him. has a
that Vamp Scepter got bigger.
I know.
That's a much bigger Vamp Scepter now. And he definitely can. Croco's in here. They've taken it down to half health. Quandong Freaks are very close. Prince still wants to hit it. Chain Lash doing a fair bit of work here. Dove, Grand Challenge has been issued. He's keeping his back against the wall, though. As now Keen looks for that Everfrost, doesn't get it. Calibrum's up here from Prince. He really wants it. You can see.
Oh, Croco.
He's champing at the bit.
They're pinging. They know he's there.
Yeah, there's another Keeper's Verdict that can certainly come through, but Keen knows exactly what's going on. Steadfast Presence just picks out the lunge very, very nicely. Seismic shove onto Prince. He does manage to take the lantern, but he will still fall down. Kyle has to flash to get himself away. Closer running out. But there is no way they can stop this Baron from going down. Or is there? I don't know. Live Sandbox, they have ideas that I don't necessarily agree with. But yes, the Baron will be now secured by Quandong Freaks, as Croco should be able to run this one out. So Flash still available now for Prince. He's got his, I would have personally preferred a stopwatch instead of that BF serve, but it's fine. He wants the extra damage. That is, of course, the way. As Dove's throwing boomerangs around, Keen with the rest of his team. Once again, it is an angle here for Closer. Looks for it, gets on in there. Stolen from Croco. I barely even saw him. As now Teddy with the Dawning Shadow. Riposte was used to try. Oh my God, to try and get rid of the Keeper's Verdict. But my God, the damage here. That Inferno multi was not one of the mid-game versions, Chronicler. As now Quandong Freaks are kind of on the wrong side of the map here. They're getting corralled by Live Sandbox. Croco at full health is a very scary prospect. But still, if any of this poke, if any of this CC is going to connect, Croco finds a Keeper's Verdict. Keen, he's out of the fight, and now just 4 members of Quandong Freaks are here, but the teleport to bring Keen back, and now Dove, he needs to take the lantern. He's living for so long, but the Ignite is going to tick down. Now Hoyt has the Devour on cooldown. Fate is just real close to dead as, okay, Buckler to the back of the noggin. That's what's going to do it here as now Closer with Subjugate available. Croco in amongst 3 members. There's the Abduct Abscond, and they lock down that kill. Croco is just playing bodyguard and using his own life to the detriment of Quandong Freaks. This is nutty, this game. He is basically a Guardian Angel in general. See how that one works. Chainlash is doing so much damage here. On Closer is okay. Weaver's Wall, not going to be acted on here as it's actually Keen that's taking all the damage. Hoyt, I don't know whether that was the Abyssal dive you wanted, my friend. Dawning Shadow doing a fair bit of work, but Hoyt gets the Devour onto Keen. Fate is evicted from the area. But Live Sandbox, they want to get a 4-stack Hextech Soul.
Get it.
And they will get it in like 3 autos from Prince. Yeah, he'll do that. And that is 4-stack Hextech Soul. Okay.
Oh, vengeance and death! I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Let's
have
another objective.
He has 500 CS, Chronicler. He has 500. He's got so much money. It's absurd. As Dove's hopping away from Quandong Freaks. Moonlight Vigil goes wide. That is a lot of wasted damage here as Keen has a lot of it himself. There is the lantern for Prince to stay safe. He's in the box now as well, and he's safe in the box. Hoyt's almost dead. The Baron is also almost dead. It's going to be secured by the Puppy at about 100 health, but that is exactly how this game is supposed to be played. Prince breathed on the turret, and it said, nope, I'm not here anymore. I do not want to be here. You do too much damage to me. Hook is going to go wide there, but yep, Prince is slowly moving over and doesn't even need to auto that turret as Dove had done enough work already. Quandong Freaks just losing structure after structure.
You got to commit at some point. You got to fight.
Yeah. They just can't really find the angle as now Croco might have to flash, but he decides instead that he wants to go forward. LM is going to be his target. Teddy takes down the kill here. Moonlight Vigil does fly forward. It doesn't really do enough work. Prince still trying to get himself into position. A lot of damage to the health bars here of Quandong Freaks, but
Prince is going to be fine, as this game is so tense, Atlas.
It is.
It's amazing!
And it's still tense. As Hook, over there, that ward that you can see, so valuable as Weaver's Wall Not going to block off anyone. Kyle's just going to move on over. There is the box just to zone. They want to be able to eat through this Elder Drake. Dove finding the angle. He's got the Mega Nard. There it is. 4! And Keen is looking for the backline now. He's fighting against Prince, but I don't know whether this is what you want, Keen. He's got a GA as well. There's a dragon getting amongst it. As you can see, Teddy's already gone down, and now Prince creates all the space that he needs. Croco's going to lock that one down, and this game is done, and it is dusted. Liv Sandbox with the 2-0. There is the ace, and it did not matter that there was a 4-0-0 Fiora, because Liv Sandbox have the power of continually fighting forever and never letting you have a moment's peace.
They are the Reapers of Summoner's Rift, Atlas. 50 minutes, 7 Drakes, throw in an Elder, why wouldn't you?
There from both Dove and Closer towards the end. And Prince, of course, surviving forever. He did so much, 51.7 thousand damage.
Closer doing 43 on Sylas into this comp is also nuts.
And Croco was apparently like, guys, that was so hard. Well.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the POG interview. Translation joined by Liv Sandbox. Solo POG Closer. You guys picked up 8th win of the split. And I'm pretty sure game number 2 was really crazy though. How was today's match? You know, we have a very long one. It was really hard, exhausting, but in the end, we won. I got the solo POG. I feel great. Let's get back to game number 1 about your Akali play. Akali in the current patch 12.12 is 2 and 4 so far, but your Akali is the only and undefeated champion or Akali in this current patch. So tell me about this Akali pick right now. Akali, I always believe that I'm the best Akali player, so I always can play that with confidence. And you got 10 kills, know that. We're gonna do that over and over again. Yeah, every time. And after picking up 2 kills on the mid lane, your Akali was unstoppable. Let's take a look at this highlight together. Your teamwork with Vi was so on point as well. After getting 2 kills, you know, Croco was like, no one can stop this Akali. So I was able to kind of have a very comfortable game from then on. Did you have this feeling that this game is already over because your Akali was like getting 2 kills? Or were you not worried that you're gonna die? I was literally playing on the edge, you know, but Croco was so good with his mechanics, so I was able to get the kill and survive. I think Closer, you shine even more when you get to play aggressive picks, especially when you get to play assassin picks. Is that what you prefer the most? I think assassins can always like hide, should always hide out of the enemy's vision and also look for the angle for the kill. I think this highlight will cause a lot of Akali syndrome in solo queue tonight. Any message over to all the Akali players? Check out my montage Akali clips and you'll have fun. And we did have some montage moment with the Akali in game number 1, but game number 2 started off with 4-kill Fiora. However, Liv Sandbox was able to deny the side lane rotation of Fiora. How were you able to pull that off? So we had our eyes on that Fiora, and also as long as Prince gets fed, he said he's promised that he's going to carry the team, so we wanted to focus on the side lane and also support Prince. But not only Prince, but also you on Sylas was able to find very incredible like flank angles throughout the team fights with Dove. And you guys looked extra exhausted after game number 2, so how did Dove kind of feel during the game? Yeah, this game was definitely one of the hardest ones, but it was actually Croco like telling us it's okay, everything's going fine, you know. So we were not too worried about Fiora, and we were able to have our own game. We had a lot of global ults, you know, a lot of objective fights. So what was the turning point for Liv Sandbox to close out the game? I think our positioning in team fights, I think winning fights was the key point. And after winning multiple team fights, Liv Sandbox was able to get the win. And tomorrow is Dov's birthday. Did you know? No, I just knew. I just found out. Because my birthday is just around the corner too, so I guess we can throw a birthday party together. Any birthday wish over to Dov, who's having a birthday tomorrow? Dov, thank you so much for doing a great job on the top lane. I know you're the oldest players on our team, and you're always so reliable, so we can keep working hard together as a team. Thank you so much and congratulations. Is there any birthday gift you want to get from Dov? I don't know. And today, you guys are able to add another win to the board, and your next opponent will be Nongsin Red Force. What are you expecting from that series? I think they're doing quite well this series, so I think we really have to focus up for that upcoming match, and I hope we can do our best to get another win in that series. This will be the end of the interview from Closer, the solo POG of Liv Sandbox, and back to the carpet space. Thank you.